Minister of Finance and several other ministers assume duties. Name list of the employed graduates released. 57% of population in Colombo suffer from obesity.
A very good afternoon. You're watching Lunchtime News on TV1. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Yuki Portia. Let's start off with a look at your local news. Academic activities at universities across the island commenced today. Chairman of the University Grants Commission, Professor Sampath Amarathunga, stated that relevant instructions have been given to all vice-chancellors.
Academic and non-academic staff members attached to the Rajarata University reported to work today. Our correspondent said the academic activities did not take place. The Vice-Chancellor and the Control Board of the university are expected to decide on the method to convene the students to the university. Students of the University of Ruhuna arrived at the premises for their examination today. Ruhuna University Deputy Vice-Chancellor Professor Saman Chandana Edrivira stated that all students are expected to commence their studies by the 24th of this month. Meanwhile, the academic activities of the University of Kelaniya did not commence. The director of the Communication and Media Unit of the University of Kelaniya, Vijayanananda Rupasinghe, has said that the academic activities of the University of Kelaniya will commence on the 19th. The academic activities at the University of Colombo commenced today.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa assumed duties as the Minister of Finance this morning.
Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa was welcomed by the Secretary to the Ministry of Finance, S.R. Artigala. Following religious observances, the Prime Minister commenced duties as new Finance Minister at the auspicious time.
Taking a look at some more local news, Attorney-at-Law Arna Luxury filed a fundamental rights petition at the Supreme Court today, requesting it to issue a statement claiming that the President should hold office of the Ministry of Buddha Sasana. Moving on, the list of employees who have been included in the government program to provide employment to graduates has been published on the website of the Ministry of Public Administration, Provincial Councils and Local Government. The list can be obtained either by logging to www.pubad.gov.lk and the Facebook page of www.facebook.com/pubad Sri Lanka. The President's Media Unit stated appointment letters of the selected candidates will be forwarded to them by the Ministry in the future. Selected candidates should report to the nearest Divisional Secretariat on the 2nd of September. We apologize for that technical difficulty. Now taking a look at that story once again, Attorney-at-Law Arna Luxury filed a fundamental rights petition at the Supreme Court today, requesting it to issue a statement claiming that the President should hold office of the Ministry of Buddha Sasana. The petitioner claims that they have knowledge to the effect that there is an attempt to hand over the portfolio of Minister of Defence, which is currently being held by the President, to another minister. Attorney-at-Law Arna Laksirunawatna has requested the Supreme Court to issue a statement concluding that the transfer of the post of Minister of Buddha Sasana and a Minister of Defence to a Member of Parliament is a violation of the Constitution. The petition notes since the President is appointed through the mandate of all citizens in the country, unlike a minister appointed through voters of a certain district or through the national list, the President should hold office to the Ministry of Buddha Sasana and the Ministry of Defence pertaining to the Constitution. The petitioner has pointed out to the Supreme Court that failure to do so is a violation of the rights protected by Articles 9, 10 and 12 of the Constitution or an attempt to violate them. The petitioner contends that the President has committed a legal offence by not acting in accordance with Article 30 of the Constitution, while the President is the head of government and the head of the executive, while Article 9 of the Constitution gives priority to Buddhism. The Attorney General has been named as the respondent of the petition on behalf of the President. In more local news, a lab worker attached to the Government Analysts Department was arrested for the possession of heroin. Now, police said 18.730 grams of heroin was seized from the suspect's possession. The lab worker is a resident of Mathura and he is due to be produced before the Kadwala Magistrates Court today. Meanwhile, the president of the Government Medical Officers Association, Dr. Anuruddha Pardeni, said that 57% of the people in Colombo suffer from obesity. He made this statement while participating in a conference held in Colombo.
2019 පළ කරලා තියෙන දත්ත අනුව ලංකාවේ
According to the 2019 statistics, 57% of the people in Colombo suffer from obesity. We informed the president that we should systematically face this issue. We told the president that if we do not take actions by 2025 during his tenure, around 40% of the population in Sri Lanka will be ill. Then we will not be able to find a healthy kidney or a liver for the transplant surgeries. We all will be destroyed. This is a serious problem. In a report by the World Health Organization Director General, they have explained how to control these non-communicable diseases that spread like an epidemic. The World Health Organization points out that the best way to overcome this issue is to get back to the traditional indigenous food and lifestyle.
දේශීය පාරම්පරික ආහාර රටාව ඇතුළු ජන ජීවිතයට නැවත පිවිසිය යුතු බව.
Now, most state ministers assumed duties today as well.
Sisira Jayakodi, State Minister of Indigenous Medicine Promotion, Rural and Ayurvedic Hospitals Development and Community Health, assumed duties today at the ministry. Dasari Jayasekara, who was sworn in as the State Minister of Batik, Handloom and Local Apparel Industries, assumed duties at the relevant ministry located at the World Trade Center today.
The Center of Prevention of COVID-19 says 185,118 PCR tests have been conducted to identify COVID-19 patients in the island thus far.
The task force of the National Operations Center for Prevention of COVID-19 outbreaks says 1,080 PCR tests were conducted yesterday alone. Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva said 3 COVID-19 cases were identified yesterday.
46 quarantine centers are currently operated by Triforces, in which 5,333 are quarantined. 307 people will leave for their homes today after completing the mandatory quarantine period.
The Government Information Department said they were returnees from Oman undergoing quarantine. Accordingly, the total COVID-19 cases have increased to 2,893 in the island. The total number of patients receiving treatment at the hospital stands at 212. The Epidemiology Unit of Ministry of Health said with 4 more recoveries, the total number of cases recovered in the island has increased to 2,670.
Thank you, Ruhaza, for that comprehensive update. And with that, it's a wrap of lunchtime news here on TV1. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Yuki Koshia. Take care and good day.